For many thousands of years, the Shadow Men have protected the world of the living against threats crossing over from the spiritual plane known as Deadside, the place where everyone goes without exception when they die. Michael Leroy is the current heir to the mysteries of this ancient lineage, bearer of the Mask of Shadows. When darkness falls, he becomes the walker between the worlds, immortal voodoo warrior, taker of souls, Lord of Deadside, the Shadow Man.
Hi guys, welcome. Scatlink here, we're off for Shadow Man Remastered. Immediately there were some changes that you can clearly see, and I'm not talking about the PC build information in the corner, or the graphics, even though they're sharper, because it is running, 60 frames. And, because I'm actually recording this in OBS, I'm recording it, not live streaming it, and there's a reason for that. I haven't actually played up to the 2 new areas that were supposed to be for 2 of Legion's 5 that had their areas removed, because cut content has been restored. First of all, I want to mention, of what we actually got going on right now, is that it's a combination of both the PC and Dreamcast's intro, where it goes through, you know, real ultimate voodoo warrior, taken of souls, Lord of Deadside, the Shadow Man. But now it's going through, like, camera pans of an area that both the PS1 and the N64 version do. The remastered version not only restores cut content and adds new and restored monsters as well, but it's also got complete uncompressed audio, so it's all crystal clear, as well as the voice acting. In fact, if I press start right now, you can see that it's not going to go to like a... Yeah, we've got the menu here. It doesn't go to a separate screen, so we got it here as well. As I say, I'm playing on the PC version, so we've got like a bunch of different settings here, but what I want to go and do is go to display, because we've got different settings for the HUD and all that. We've got show subtitles, original subtitle colours, sniper crosshair, which is very nice. Always show the shadow meter, I want that on. So it takes basically the best bits from every version of the game, even though I believe it uses the N64 version as its inspiration, because the models are not the PC versions, or in terms of the animations at least. But all textures have been redone as well, so it looks pretty sharp. So you got a quick little look at what my settings here. Max frames of 60 through OBS. I'm not live streaming this because I haven't even made it past the Marrowbone Gates at the moment. We do have a load adventure right here, as you can see how far I've been, but I'm going to click continue so no enemies respawn, because it should put me back exactly where I closed out from the game. Yes, it has, with all enemies killed. So this is as far as I've got so far, in my own time. The game kind of jutted there for a second, it's going to happen. Yeah, I'm up to this point, because there's some things different. For one thing, if I come over this way, there's a bridge. And the ledge is higher than before, because normally I'll be able to jump up. Actually, can I still jump up there? Nah, it's just too tall. But you used to be able to jump up there to go jump across some platforms, get to a zip line where you need to go in order to get to the first soul gate. I haven't even done that yet because, I mean, that is new. Also, by the way, the controls are different and I haven't rebinded them. So I need to go over those quickly. So, left stick is how you'd expect, and yes, it does actually support modern control pads. Thank you, that's what I wanted. So we can do strafe and do all that, but I don't need to hold a button in order to target. Shots actually home in a little bit, which is very nice. So if I press my ZL or left trigger, I used to fire my gun, even though it sounds a little bit different. I think that's PC. But yes, the HUD is also PC as well, you can see through the shadow meter. But anyway, I can actually turn myself as well as the camera, which is a lot more natural, with my right stick, which just used to be, well, the D-pad used to be the camera. The D-pad still allows me to zoom in and out. So I've got a very wide angle right here. If I want to flip the camera, turn the camera like I used to do, I have to now hold the right bumper and then try to move with my movement stick so I can swivel it around, and yeah, then you're like this, and that's very awkward. You can click in the left analog stick to do like an immediate 180. So that's a thing. Let me turn the camera back. There's no way to actually lock it in behind you, which is kind of annoying. But it does lock on to your back if you turn it back around, so that's a thing. But yeah, both analog, both triggers, left trigger, right trigger, or in my case ZL, ZR, because I'm using a Switch controller, they would be your hands, so I won't have to flick left on the right stick in order to jump. In fact, that's now mapped to A, which is a lot more natural. B is crouch, which I think it used to be before, so I can dodge roll whenever I need to. So yeah, this is not me binding the controls. I binded my controls to how I would normally have an N64 controller binded to a Switch controller, like a modern controller. So the C buttons would be mapped to the C stick. That's how I would have done it before, so that means the camera controls were on the D-pad. Not anymore. It's just zoom in and zoom out now, which is a lot more nicer. So it's basically traditional twin-stick shooting, but in third person. And if I want it as close as possible, I could have it here. You can't actually be in first person and do it, which is kind of an annoyance. But we have a little crosshair, so we don't need to worry about being in the middle of the screen in order to line up our shots. But yeah, I didn't have to mess with the controls at all. But we now have a new feature. If I hold X, we have a weapon wheel, so we can swap our weapons on the fly, which is really cool. And we also go into a bit of a slow-moving bullet time, as you can see by Shadow Man's movements. Although the sky hasn't gone into bullet time, I guess that's not affected. Because if I go running and I hold the button, yeah, you can see he's slow to a crawl. Actually, if I do a roll, there we are. That's a lot more obvious. So we got like a little weapon wheel, similar to the hat wheel in Hat in Time, or you know what most modern remasters or remakes do. I mean, I think the Tasmanian Tiger include, like the first game when it got to HD, added the boomerang weapon wheel from the second game. So yeah, quality of life improvements, really cool. That guy weren't flapping. Select to brings up our inventory as you would expect. We can use the D-pad to navigate. Can't use the left or right sticks. As you can see, the icons have been completely redrawn into HD, which is nice. The Shadow Gun actually has its own graphic now. It's like all skelly-bob. It's all bone-like. So when you're back in live side and it's back to the normal handgun, it will change appearance. So that's cool. NetEase file, I think these are the graphics from the PC version. It's a little bit blurry, a little bit low res, but the text that actually does matter is nice and clear. So we got all this. We already know about all this, so that's fine. And Luke's bear looks completely different in the icon because it's not what it looks like here. Also, you may have noticed, if I go to my pause menu here, we have our total Cadeaux count, which is not 512 anymore. It's now 666 of the entire game. Last time it just told us how many we had, and we had to look up how many there were. Now the game tells us. And not only that, there was 146 additional Cadeaux on top of the 500 you need to max out your health. So now we have way more of an overflow than we need to. I've already grabbed 28 from both Louisiana and up to this point. Don't know if there was any differences. I didn't spot any other than not being able to find the handgun. But if you look across from the 666, you would notice I have 3 out of 46 Cadeaux in the Marrowbone Gate section, or the Path of Shadows. I don't know if they're going to be counted as separate. Probably not. But we have a Cadeaux count for every location, which is amazing, because that is exactly what I said at the end of the final episode when we beat the game. So now if I'm missing any Cadeaux, I know where to look. But there's still 120 souls, so that isn't different. But there are new added areas because they were removed, but there were also added segments of existing areas that have been restored as well, which I never knew about. And that's why I have decided to record these little snippets before we do the live stream for the actual 2 of the 5 that have their whole new areas, because that's pretty much going to be blind, because right now we're retreading, which is kind of the reason. But yeah, as I was saying, there was a bridge there, and there was also, if I come around this way, because this is what I was talking about, you hop around here, you climb over that way, or you take the panel that we were starting at up front, which is over this way. The little boardwalk here that we jump up. Let me put my gun away for a second. Got to press the Y button to put it away. That's it. There we are. Yeah, so if I want to come over this way, yeah, we would come through here. And then we'd be back here again. So that was like a bit of a pointless loop. And I was like, why is that a thing? Because it just seemed pointless, other than for a couple of Cadeaux that was on these ledges, or pots that may have had Cadeaux. They didn't have Cadeaux, and I can't remember if they did. But there's a new area. So if I went down through that way there, which used to be just a wall before, or if I come over here, and also take, yeah, a right here, which is also new, we have a new zone. So if I came through that way, or came through here, we've got a new little watery area here. and a new hut. And this is exactly why I'm going to have to record and make a montage of all the new bits in a one massive video, because there's 2 Cadeaux here. And I'm pretty sure this area was not in the original, or any of the original versions. Also, there was a bunch of barrels down here, which gave me some life, but there's also 2 Cadeaux down there as well. And I'm pretty sure we didn't have those Cadeaux, because, I mean, there's 146 more 154 more Cadeaux, excuse me, than the original 512. There's 666. How very fitting. So, they've restored additional areas within existing areas, as well as new areas entirely. I mean, look at all that. What's up here? I don't remember any of this. There's metal huts around here in the Marrowbone Gate section. So, yeah, I'm recording, so I'm going to grab these. Also, I'd like to thank Sarah Contract for gifting me this game. Why am I breaking on the frames? Okay, my PC just broke for a second. I don't know what the heck happened there. It's fine. We've got our 60 frames back now. That was bizarre. But yeah, I've got my... I don't know why that happened. That was not supposed to happen. But yeah, so we've got those 4 Cadeaux. There was 5 barrels there, but 2 of them had health, 1 of them had nothing, and there was a couple of Cadeaux. That's 4 Cadeaux. So, that's that segment. And yeah, I think they increased the height of the... Oh no, I can grab it! So I don't need to go all the way around again. So the physics are the same as before as well. I want to put my gun away for a second, because I want to jump over this way. Because, yeah, I've mentioned that little area, but that would also lead to the area that I first pointed out, which is through here. Because we were able to jump up this ledge before, but now we can't because it's a little bit higher, because it's a new bridge with a new alcove. Since I can't see, I'll shoot, because since this is the remastered version, it uses new technology to make a better lighting engine, which is amazing. And yeah, I don't recognise this zone. This was new. So yeah, again, this is why I'm going to be recording this game in segments and editing it all together, because I'm pretty sure none of this existed before. Because I haven't even grabbed the Book of Prophecies yet. I still have Nettie's farm, and that's about it. As I said, all I have is that. So you can see how far I am. I've literally just got past the Marrowbone Gates, and now I'm here. I would actually like that health, but I don't think I'm going to be able to cross quick enough to get to it. Oh, I can actually fight these gargoyles now, because I noticed that when I was playing through here, Shadow Man occasionally tried to snipe them, but he couldn't shoot from that far away. If you remember before, they were in the background, you couldn't reach him. That's another 2 Cadeaux right there. But now I think I might be able to fight them. If I don't target, he might... There we are, he's trying to shoot at one. Wait, I actually hit him. Hang on. Can I hit you? I might be able to. There we are, I'm hitting him. Can I take this guy out when I'm not supposed to? Or am I supposed to now? Because these guys were in the background. Am I even doing damage, or are these just props that I can target? I'm beginning to think they're props. Maybe I'm not supposed to shoot them and I just can. Anyways, let's just continue then. Snipe you. It's a good thing I can play this in 60. It's really good. It's so butter smooth. I don't know how it will actually come out in the video. Obviously, I'll be experimenting in between clips, but yeah, we're sticking around for now. I mean, it might even be multiple edited episodes. I wasn't planning on doing this, but it kind of calls for it, because I wasn't expecting... I was expecting the rest of the game to be the same, but maybe have a few new enemies placed where they were intended to be, and maybe, you know, have Cadeaux in the new zones. But no, they've added extra areas to existing zones, like this area, and I'm like, that's a swerve I wasn't expecting. I got here, I asked on the Discord, and it's like, yeah, I'm going to have to probably do this, so yeah, it's kind of interesting when you think about it. Well, now we got some health. Yeah, I'm at max health now. Actually, if you look at the shadow meter on, well, the PC version or the Dreamcast version, or on this version, obviously, because obviously all those versions are different due to different hardware and stuff, but modern systems are quite comparable now, so obviously I would assume, other than the PC settings, that the PC version or the remastered version comes with, because it is a separate download, by the way, because I do have the PC version, technically. The remastered version will probably just not have the PC settings in the pause menu, but it will still be the same version. Basically, it'll be the same version across all systems, as you would expect in this day and age. It's just that the console versions aren't coming out until a bit. It came out for PC first, even though it was advertised for Switch first. Wait, hang on a minute. Wait, hang on a minute. I'm back here. I didn't realise that there was a gap there. That's a cut through. So I could have had... I had two options. Look, I'm back to this panel. Like, if we literally... If we go back down this way right now, we'll be heading back to the Marrowbone Gates where Jaunty is. Because what you're supposed to do is jump through this way and go through the tunnel of where I started this video at. Yeah, because this is the Flame Cadeaux, if that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, because I started here. So there's now... You now have an option on which way you want to go to get to this point. You either come through the Flame Cadeaux tunnel, or you go through that new zone that I just cleared out. Huh. Okay. Yeah, because then if we come back through this way, we'll be back on track to going forward to the first Coffin Gate. Yeah, Coffin Gate, not Soul Gate. You know what I mean. Okay, my frame rate's starting to chug now. I don't know why. There's another Cadeaux. Get these two. But why did you point your gun up? Is there another gargoyle? There is another gargoyle. Yeah, I think they're not supposed to be targeted, but he's targeting it because of the auto-aiming feature. I got to press B, right? Nope. Y. Yep, there we are. It's Y. So, yeah, that's the first new area that I found. Yeah, because this is the beginning part. If I go through there, I'll be going back to the Marrowbone Gates. Because that's, like, the first little torch area. We'll be back to where we just were, where I looped ahead of myself if I go back through there. So if I go through here... Wait, hang on a second. That was a zipline. Oh! Was that there before? I don't remember if that was there before, because that basically just gives you a shortcut to get back to the Marrowbone Gates. From... Well, no, from the Marrowbone Gates to the Prophecy Chamber. But that's normally a warp. Did they remove the warp so they can make room for other warps? Maybe? Then again, there were two empty spaces, and I would assume those are the two removed actual areas. Oh, and just like the PC version, Shadow Man talks a lot more when you're playing through the game. Y button?
I am the Lord of Deadside.
And if you saw there, we now have achievements. I'll be covering those when we next go live, mainly because if I press the home button right now and go to achievements, most of them are pretty much locked to progression. Yeah, but we have achievements now, so they are locked to progression, like reach level 7, reach level 10, find and take a dark soul, fail to stop Legion from bringing about the apocalypse. That, I believe, is we have to actually lose in the final battle. I didn't actually do that, but I was told that. I think I was told that in the final live stream after I beat the game, that I missed the alternate ending. I will be doing that as well, because, you know, if we're going to play this version, I might as well finish the whole thing off with that, so we get a different ending. But I will have all the achievements of what I would have had through the main game, because most of them, other than that, because you may bump into it in the main gameplay, but you probably won't unless you lose. Most of these you're going to get in normal gameplay. Like, find a voodoo weapon, find the Violator, defeat a true form, because you have to in order to get a Dark Soul. Defeat a Wart, that's new, because there's new enemies, and I check when you check the remastered notes, and then you have Marco, Kraz, Milton Pike, all the 5, basically. Find a retractor, all that stuff. So, and unlock all secrets, which I believe it has all the secrets from all the versions, but I think it prioritizes the locations to the 64 version, I believe. And 2 hidden achievements remaining. They're revealed once unlocked. I don't know what they are, but we'll figure that out as we go. But yeah, pretty much almost all of them, other than defeat a Yort, is going to be new. So when I see an enemy I don't recognise, I'll be recording for that. So yeah, the overlay doesn't show up on OBS. That is weird. I'm going to have to re-record that bit for you guys on XSplit, because I don't know why that isn't being captured, but you get what I mean. So sorry for the inconsistent noises. That's normal. So we still have this as a teleport point, so why do we have the zipline to get from the Marrowbone Gates to here?
Looks like someone left me a note.
Shadow Man spoke there, I don't think he said that before. We now have the prophecy, which we do know because it's all this stuff that we recognise. So that is cool. And, yeah, so, and look at this new lighting. Seriously, look at this. This is bloody awesome. And we'll be seeing more of that as we go. So, that's the end of this segment, even though that was already 20 minutes long. Jesus. That was pretty much a full episode in itself. But, yeah, I wanted to cover that. So if I see any more things, I will click back in. And this is going to be over the course of me trying to play the whole bloody thing. Because of the new lighting engine, I can actually see these bloody blighters. Actually, if I don't... Yeah, Shadow Man will just automatically target them for me if they're close enough. Oh, that helps. And I can see them because of the new lighting engine. Oh, it's so good. Alright, it's time to dive into the water, and I can see... Can we dive, please? I gotta press A. I gotta look down with the other analog stick. There we go. I gotta push forward with the left, and I gotta look around with the right. There we are. But swimming is a little bit odd, but it's basically the same movement that you have on the surface. But normally you'd have slightly different controls, so I'm used to holding the jump button. Actually, it is chopping up for me here. But, yep, I can actually see. Look at this. This is not dark, murky, and dank. I can actually see what I'm bloody well doing. So that is a massive improvement. Okay, I'm not entirely too sure if it's new or not, or if they were just original on the floor, but then they've made pedestals for them. But I've been bumping into these Cadeaux on pedestals quite a lot, and I don't know what that means. Does that mean that they're new Cadeaux in old areas? I'm not entirely too sure. What the hell? Hang on a minute. Why are there 5 of them? I'm glad I hit the record button again. I have noticed that when I go for a passageway and then all of a sudden I am besieged by like maybe 1 or 2 of these, I think they're called duppies, before, like, in an area that I just went through that weren't there, because enemies don't tend to spawn and get the jump on you like this. They've added jump scare mobs. Where the hell did they come from? That was like a coordinated, like, 5, like in the shape that you would find 5 on a dice block. Okay, maybe picking up the Cadeaux on those pedestals, maybe triggering those? I don't know. I need that. But yeah, it's like, if I go back on myself, because I came down here just for, you know, the Cadeaux, but I don't know if that Cadeaux was new or not, because it's on a pedestal that I don't remember it being on. Because that's been happening quite a bit. If I head back to the beginning of this area for a second, there's one here as well. And I don't remember this particular little pedestal being here. I bumped into a couple of these so far. Maybe that's just additional Cadeaux so that, you know, have more than enough. Because if you remember at the end of the last episode, like the last episode where we had a montage before I went to go finish the game, that montage was because the live stream before, I spent like an hour and a half trying to find Cadeaux to get the final health upgrade. And I had like, what, 501 out of 512? I literally had 1 above the maximum that you need to get maximum health, because you need 100 Cadeaux per health extension, and you start with 5 health, the maximum's 10. So, yeah, you now have 146, no, 154, I don't know why I keep saying 146, 154 more Cadeaux, because no, was it 146? I can't remember now. Basically, you have more than 512 Cadeaux, you have 666 Cadeaux. So you have an overflow, way bigger of a margin for an overflow to get max health. But because I now know that it gives me a counter to see how many Cadeaux is in one location, that makes it so much easier. In fact, does that appear here as well? It does appear here as well. It shows you what Cadeaux you have. Because all it used to show you is just Dark Souls. So, yeah. I don't know if those pedestals mean that those are new Cadeaux in old areas. Maybe. It's like that's just a freebie Cadeaux for you to inflate your number. But it's like, I'm not going to have trouble maxing out my health at this rate. I'm not going to have to try and find all of the original 512. But since there's 666, and there is actually a counter, because yeah, this pedestal weren't here before. I'm dead certain this pedestal weren't here before. Because there was 4 barrels here, 2 of them had Cadeaux, 2 of them had health. This weren't here before. So I think that confirms my theory that this is a freebie new Cadeaux. You don't even need to jump on the altar, you can just walk to it. So I think these are freebie Cadeaux that have been added in the remaster, and they put them on pedestals to let you know that that is a new Cadeaux in an old area. or an existing area before they make new areas or add an area. You know what I mean? Like what we had before with the Marrowbone Gates area. Those little zones, those little segments were new, but we have entirely new areas as well, which the 5 should be at. And I'm guessing some of the new enemies will replace where the 2 of the 5 were in the prison, instead of them, because they're going to have their own zone. I wonder if the cutscene will play out the same. Yeah, Marco, which is the... Yeah, Marco, which was like, you know, going on about Mikey. And then, yeah, Milton, it was those 2. They were in the prison, along with the Lizard King, but I believe they have their own zones now, so they may be replaced with other killers. Not entirely too sure, but we'll figure that out. Because it was a bit odd, having them all in one location, so... But anyway, I think I'm going to cut away until I find something else. And I managed to fix the frame rate stutter, by the way. I had it on the wrong setting. Yeah, that's why we had that big break at the start. I pressed the wrong setting, so I had to change it. Okay, so I'm on the way to get to the lower chamber, where you get your health. I noticed that this is completely different. Can I snipe that? I'm pretty sure I can. Oh, it's still a wall. Look at that. That's a very odd wall. That looks like I could jump right in there. I mean, that used to be gated off. Maybe it's a one-way now? Because I can't get up there, and I can't shoot through it for some reason, even though it looks like I should easily be able to get up there. But I'm pretty sure that was gated off to tease you. Yeah, it definitely won't go in there. That's an invisible wall. But the thing is, if you come back over this way, let's not die, please. I wasn't going to do this again. Yeah, it's that room. You know, the room where I had to, like, dive because I missed a Cadeaux, which happened to be one of the 2 Cadeaux that I needed, and I got 1 overflow. I'm pretty sure that's that bit as well, but it's different. I don't remember it looking like that. It looks like someone's ripped it open the gate or whatever, or it looks like webs in this case, and yet I still can't get up there. I can't shoot it, even though my bullet is clearly hitting it. It's like an invisible wall, so I'm guessing that's now a one-way, the way that that's designed. It looks like I'll hop through, but I can't get back that way. Maybe that's the intention. I guess we'll find that out when I make it over there. Whenever I do. Oh, wait. Hang on a minute. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Is this different? Wait. This is different. It just used to be a little tunnel where you drop into like a little arena. But they've changed this. Wait. Hang on. Wow. Every time I come back to notice something, something else happens. Oh, wait, hang on a minute. Huh. Okay. I can push this. Oh, okay. We're filling... Wait, we're filling it out. Yeah, we made a platform we can jump across now. Got the double heads where they go, Shadow Man! Let's kill you. Jump across. That was not jumping across, but I can still jump up from the block I pushed. Wait. Hang on. Yeah, it is one way. Alright, well, we'll take that then. I don't know why that's on an order, because this is new. But yeah, that's... Oh, shit! Oh, bollocks. Alright, so there's a little annoyance that I have. In order to turn the camera, I have to hold the right bumper, or the R button in this case, and then move with the left analog stick in order to do what you usually do in the in the older versions of the game, to lock the camera in that place, so you move like this. The problem is, holding back, it's still tank controls, as you would expect, but this is too slow and unreliable. So let me lock it back behind me, there we go. And up and down still zooming in and out, but the thing is, the zoom out is actually a little bit more better with the new widescreen, because I can actually see what's coming to the side of me. Hold forward, jump, there we are, without needing to actually turn the camera. So the camera has, just because you've got the new field of view and you can zoom out the camera a bit, that's a new alternative to seeing where you're climbing, because if you remember, I always had to turn the camera in order to make the jumps. But I don't need to do that now. So, that's pretty cool. I haven't gone down there yet. I don't know what's new down there. So, I'm still going this way at the moment. Can I please just do this? Thank you. And now we're back to where we were. Okay, so... yeah, nothing new so far. I just wanted to talk at that point to show you that that's a new way... well, with the new controls, that's how I get through that. But yeah, so apparently... I can't shoot through this. Nope, that's the wrong button. Yep, look at that. It's hitting an invisible wall again. So, that confirms that. That's a one-way. And we didn't have that before. So, good to know, I guess. So, they basically put an extra little puzzle here. Which I'm guessing was cut originally, but now has been added back in. Wait, there's more? I don't remember any of these. Okay, that is definitely new. Okay, I couldn't move for a second there. That was weird. Okay, so I had the oh god. Die, please. I've only got one charge. Don't come up to my oh, I got bitten! So, I can't remember if I mentioned it, because obviously this is all being segmented and edited together. Every notch on every wedge, like every line there, that's basically a separate hit point. That's why that in the N64 and PlayStation versions, when we take damage, it doesn't visibly go down. That's because we still technically have health in that wedge. But obviously the, yeah, PC and Dreamcast versions were more accurate. This bloody thing. Where are you? Oh, we literally had that little health left. As you can see, I've got like a little red pixel in the sliver of the last notch of my 5th wedge. So... that's how that works. Are we still going? We're still going. Oh. Oh, okay. So, that's to let us know that there's stuff over there, but we can't get through. Maybe we can use the flame Cadeaux to burn the web so we can actually get through. That might be a thing. Is that a new mechanic? Because I don't think we had to burn webs before. So I guess we just push this. Yeah, we just... oh! What the... whoa, 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 whoa! The heck is that? Is that a new boss behind that doorway? And also, where'd this guy come from? Cheeky bastard. Hang on a second, hang on a second. Can I get some health? So this was the safest way. This was just fire, wasn't it?